So, I think if ever someone wants to reboot the Underworld series, well, first of all, Underworld 5 doesn't exist, okay? It's the only movie at the time that I watched where the better the quality of the acting from the lead, the worse it gets. Like, because of how incoherent and nonsense it is, and how much it doesn't understand what it's doing. Okay, the artist currently known as Jon Snow, that he was not supposed to be a fucking Jon Snow allegory. What the fuck was that? You know, it feels like watching the final season of The Witcher after having gone through the first two books of The Witcher. Okay, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. It's fucking stupid. It just, like, the world just, it's like something screeching because of how obvious it is that because she's a good actress, because Kate Beckinsale is a good actress, and the world is so shit, has been turned into such shit. It just gets worse. It just sucks, you know? So anyway, and Underworld 5 should have been a mother-daughter, like, road trip movie where they're trying to hunt the dad, and they should have just made Michael stuck as a wolf with wings, and then for the finale, he just get shifted back into his shifted form, where he's like a pseudo-wolf, but it's not fully Michael, and he's stuck, and they're gonna deal with it, and blah blah blah. That should have been it. Now, if they reboot it as a show, probably as a streaming show, two things. One, we now got to see one of the battles during the Werewolf Rebellion. Two, I think Lucian and Victor have a perfect potential to be resurrected for a final fight. Okay? Because Alexander Corvinus is in the ship, the explosion, because he's an ancient, the explosion could have resulted in his blood spreading, reaching Lucian and Victor. And also, I think Raza might still be alive as well, because they're basically the immortal damned, and Celine had a little bit too much confidence for someone who got stabbed. So I do think that it's possible for a vampire and a werewolf to survive having a snapped neck. You know, it's in keeping with various lores that you need to specifically kill a creature of the night in specific ways, like decapitation, stick some wood in the chest, blah blah blah. Right? So Michael's resurrection wouldn't seem quite so special, but it is a thing that makes sense, especially with the start of, you know, evolution, how all those seemingly dead villagers woke up and turned into lycans. It absolutely makes sense. Yeah, so imagine this. Lucian and Victor are facing each other, and they're having talks, and they're fighting in the middle of their talks, and blah blah blah, and they're trying to marshal forces, and the final showdown, there's like their various armies, and that triggers the war. That finally triggers the war on supernaturals. So it's not just, oh, Michael couldn't eat the thing, therefore domino effect, and Alexander's dead, so therefore domino effect, blah blah blah. No, Lucian and Victor becoming resurrected, that would make sense as a thing that would have started humanity's war on supernaturals, and it would allow for at least one of them to be caged and imprisoned, and for that person to then be experimented on and various dealings, and that could have stretched the world's political dynamics into various seasons. So Underworld as a TV show would be fucking great. There's so much to explore. So much. The number one problem with the Underworld franchise is it doesn't really give itself like Wikipedias of special lore. It just sticks to what's on screen, and what's on screen is pretty great. It has a lot of potential, but it never really gets explored. So I definitely feel like there is a potential for an Underworld TV show focusing on Lucian and Victor.